Hey everyone, Crash from Crash Customs, Lake Havasu, Arizona, and we got a new project dropped off. 1954 Ford Victoria. What's happening here? Well, you'll be surprised. The car, we got a second roof. You might think we're chopping the top on this. We're chopping it, but we're not chopping it. Check this out. So this was at another shop in town to get some paint work done, some touch up on some bubbles that were in the paint. And when they ground down, this is what they found. Not a lot of metal. A lot of filler. It's pretty rough, pretty holy. Did not look like that when it had color on it. Look at this side. This is the worst. They did a patch back in the day. I hope back in the day, because this is brazed brass, probably with a torch most likely. And look at how they mudded it up. That's like that fiberglass filler, and then Bondo and whatever, primer, paint. It's layered. It's been fixed. They probably did this hack, and then it bubbled, and then they hacked it again, repainted. But whatever. Everyone's got a skill set. It's so bad that this hole back in the day got so wet that it dripped down here, and the bottom of the A pillar is rotted out. I don't even know what this, it's like some kind of rubbery goo mess, probably household. I am going to choose to believe that another shop back in the day did not do all this. I'm also choosing to believe a couple guys didn't hammer this out just to flip it, because these are old cars, but they ain't used cars, so don't do used car lot work on them. I'm going to choose to believe that maybe it was like a father-son at-home project, and they bonded over it. They did the best of their ability, and they kept the car on the road. That's good. Or maybe it was just two guys drinking beers and having a good time. I can live with that. I can live with either of those scenarios, but man, I hope a shop did not do that. I really hope they did not do that. There's even more rust on this that we're gonna find. I'll jack it up on the hoist, because there's bubbles down here that we're gonna fix. I'm just doing rust repair on this. It's gonna go back to the shop that was gonna do the paint repair on it. So our solution to that rust that's on the roof is a whole nother roof. If you really think about it, you're probably like, you're gonna replace a whole roof for rust repair? Well, if you actually measured what is exposed, there's probably more back here that's not exposed. But if you measure this, all this fabrication of making pieces and welding in, all this measurement all along here, look at the whole front is cashed out. This all measures way more than the diameter of two A pillars, and then also it measures more than the B pillar, especially if you break this loose at the spot welds. It's way faster to replace the whole roof than to do all this kind of rust repair. So I'm chopping the top off, but not lowering it. We're not chopping it. I've never cut a roof off. I've never cut a roof off and put it back on at stock height, but you know, that's if you can do custom, it's pretty easy to do restoration. So that's what we're gonna do. I'll raise it up. I'll show you the spots that I haven't ground off yet to see what's underneath, and we'll get after it. Let me show you what I found so far. Obviously, the bubbles, that's pretty easy to find. There's quite a few of them. You want to find out how much mud is in the car that you just bought? Get a magnet, a weak magnet. These weak. Right here, metal, right? That sticks, totally sticks. Right here, we know there's a mess of something. Still sticks, but only in certain spots. Only in certain spots. A little stronger magnet and it sticks, right? But watch this. See how it bounces? Like you're holding it right over that spot, it slides. There's brass. They welded something in there. Look at that. Pretty obvious. So all along here, there's various spots, even on the underside. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. You can kind of tell here there's some light bubbles starting to come through here. Definite bubbles there. There's bad repair work underneath there. And look at how they fix this. You can see the mud. They didn't finish sand that. And look at right here. They patched something in here and didn't even line up the. Man, it all counts. It all counts. It all counts. The other side, same thing, really. This lip is even worse. I hope that shows up. Yeah, you can see it right there, for sure. Down here, it's it is what it is, you know what I mean? Look at this, they patched something here and it cracked. You can see the seam, you can see the rust coming through, right? Up front, on the door, same as the other side. It's popping. It's popping. Also, I haven't even tried this yet, and I don't think the owner tried it yet. He got fender skirts for it. World's shortest fender skirts. Stock, painted to match, obviously, right? But not installed. I got a pretty good idea why they weren't installed. You can tell they were never installed because the paint on these latch mechanisms is still fresh. Let's I'm guessing we hold this up, it ain't gonna line up. It ain't gonna line up, I bet. Oh, yeah, that that's why they never installed them. And I don't know if it's the angle, but it looks like it don't even match. Don't even look like it's the same color to me. So, and there's no latch hardware on the body to even install them. So it's something else for me to figure out and repair. But so, oh man, look at this. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but there's a blend in the clear right here. Can you? I bet you can't even see that. Anyways, exciting times. I got quite a bit of it ground down. The little rust bubbles that were in the paint always gets bigger once you start grinding on it. But they did some nasty things. Nasty. This is actually the good side. And I tried the skirt on the other side. I showed you that. It don't fit. It don't fit on this side either. So it's they hammered stuff in, mudded holes up, and this is the good side, if you want to call it a good side. Front of the door, you can see that same thing, and the other side here, most of the lower rocker, they just kind of, I don't know, they kind of hammered and gouged, and like, look at that. It's really something. And I mean, just look at this. Just it's deep. It's deep. But if you look at the paint here that I ground down, it tells a story. Mud, color, sealer, primer, more mud, primer, color, and probably hard to tell on camera, but somebody has painted from the stainless down a second time, probably because the first stuff popped. Yeah, torch welded brazing rod. It's this is probably the worst here, whatever they attempted to do. It is almost half an inch thick, maybe half an inch thick in some spots. Opened up the trunk, looked on the inside, and they lap welded a lower panel, and from the inside it don't look as bad as it does from the outside. I'm gonna see what panels are available and go from there, because it's way more than a few little make a patch and put it in situation. Got the whole car covered up. Welding blankets. Use welding blankets. You don't want to have to do an unnecessary blend like in the center of the hood if a welding BB pops up in there. New piece is made. This interior area rust converter, and here's the new piece that'll fit in there. Line that up pretty nice. Weld that in. It's got some shape to it though. You might think that it's just this, but there's a curve both ways. So I used the shrinker on the two ends to kind of give it a pucker. Here's the old one, rusty, holy, and mudded up. So we'll weld the new one in, grind it down smooth, and that piece will be done. first rust repair piece is done. The panel I made, I wouldn't even call it a panel, but welded in, ground down, ready to do the driver's side, which is a smaller area. New panels, lower rocker, rear wheel well area, lower rocker in the rear. Those pieces have been ordered, and they should be here. Most of them will be here next week, so I can keep rolling on that. And like I said, welding blankets, what I do is I put a nice soft blanket down first, because the fiberglass welding blankets, they'll scratch the paint. If you look close enough, they got the metal rivets in it. Plus, you got welding sparks falling on them all the time, and you know there's going to be metal in there. So watch the paint, you know what I mean? We obviously have more to come on this, and there's going to be some follow-up videos for sure. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We'll keep bringing you weekly content. Thanks.